Okay, welcome back to Quests and Inquests. I'm your host, Gus TT Showbiz. Extra T is for extra talent.
Oh, okay.
And what's that from?
Psych.
Yep, hashtag not a sponsor. But so good. Maybe one of the best shows of all time. Maybe we'll have an entire podcast dedicated to Psych because it's so good. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. If we're going to get to 100 episodes,
you got to start scraping the barrel somewhere, right?
Really
yeah.
do. Because our lives are not that interesting. We
No.
did have that conversation today about how our lives are kind of boring.
We're just a couple of boring dudes.
Compared to like other people. Because the guy we were talking about was in a rock band, is very like successful in corporate America, and is now like going back to being like a rock band drummer with like 30,000 people.
But he also plays at his church.
And he also plays at his
church.
An
interesting.
And it's like so cool.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting here like, oh yeah, we have plants and we have like, I play guitar, and it's like, wow, that's everybody.
Hey, we read books. We're unique.
Oh yeah. We are obsessed with books, but
there's a little bit of theology in there. Not everybody does that.
That's true. We are very good theologians.
No, I didn't say very good.
Well, I'm going to.
Okay.
So
I don't know.
It makes me feel better.
Well, I'm glad.
Yes.
I'm glad for your sake then.
Thank you. So anyway, guys, today's question requires Aaron to do something, and I've already done this thing. I've sent him a link. He's about to open his computer, and he's going to look at this link. He's going to walk through it, and he's going to answer some questions, and we're going to find out Aaron's personality.
I had that guess. That's what I assumed this was going to be.
And so I've already taken this personality.
Which one is this?
The 16 personalities.
Okay. I already know the answer, but I can take it again.
Yeah, I want you to take it again because mine changes every time I take it.
Mine has been the same every time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what was it last time?
INTJ.
INTJ. Do you remember what that was?
No.
Okay, well, we're going to look at that.
I think it's like the architect one.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Well, we're going to look. I've already taken it, and I am the architect. So,
okay.
So that's the one that I got.
Interesting.
And so I'm interested to see.
I'd be fascinated if we were the same, because I don't think we would be.
I don't think we would be either. But if we are, we... It would just prove how naturally awesome we are.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm sure.
So we'll come back. We'll discuss mine.
Well, give us a little premise just in case the peanut gallery doesn't understand exactly what this is.
Okay, so it's a lot of questions, and what it does at the end is it spits out some personality, like archetype. And so you've got like just various examples: architect, outgoing, all these different things where it's like, this is the name, but this is what it means. So the architect is, introverted. That's what the I stands for. Everything is I or E, introverted, extrovert. And so introverted, the architect, which is what is most fresh on my mind because I just took this test, is more intuitive. They use more logic than feelings when problem solving. They enjoy problems. They enjoy confronting things and solving things. They're less socially adept. It is their biggest weakness is the fact that they value truth, like objective truth, more than feelings, which for a lot of people is horrible because we live our lives based on feelings. And so a weakness that tends to happen is that we don't feel as much. And I would admit to that. I don't feel as much. I'm more logic-based. But I've also worked towards developing that because I know that about myself. Not necessarily because of the quiz, but like taking a quiz can help because it will identify things. And it's funny, you read through, like after you take the quiz, it's just a bunch of random questions. You take the quiz and you read through like what it says you are. And a lot of times it's like, you do this and this in social situations. And it's like, yes, that is exactly what I do.
Well, okay, so, and this is called the Myers-Briggs, isn't it?
I think so.
So, I did this several years ago. Mm-hmm. I think I was a freshman or sophomore in college when I did it. But I guess, and I made this remark when you were kind of talking about it a little bit, and I had a guess. I'm surprised that this is something that you like.
Okay.
Because I would have thought that your personality and things you tend to, just the way you think about things, I would have thought you would have looked at a personality test and said, it's a bunch of garbage and it's useless. Be your own, figure it out type of stuff.
And I will say I'm that way. Like, I do think, like, figure it out. Do your
I
own
definitely had you down as somebody who would not like personality tests.
But here's the deal. Okay, if you take a personality test, like a good one, it does give insight usually. Like, it normally, not for everybody, but a lot of times it is correct. And so...
In very broad
strokes.
Yeah. I think the danger is when you start to say, I am an INTJ, and this is the way my personality will apply to everything.
Right,
it's like,
and this is where...
People are a little bit more complex than that. But
they're very much more complex than that. And I think personalities can change, which is why over the years I've taken a couple of them, and it's changed. But it could also change on, like, your mood. In the moment that I took this, I was coming off of a day of work where people were kind of chaotic, and I wanted objectivity. I wanted things to be this way. And so I took it from a very objective point of view, and I was feeling that side of me. And so if you took me instead after a concert where I am feeling like, wow, this life is awesome.
You're all about beautiful, the vibes.
Go with the vibes. It could be different. And so I don't think what some people will do is like, I am this, therefore I'm always this way, and therefore you need to treat me this way. That's bullcrap.
Or use it as an excuse.
The crutch idea.
Like, sorry I did that. It's just the way my personality is
I'm
built.
a Capricorn. I'm an asparagus. It's like, that's bullcrap. Absolute bullcrap. You are a human being who's responsible for your choices. And so even if I look at a personality test and say like, I'm weak in this area, that is not an excuse to be weak in that area. That is a challenge to be better in that area.
Sure.
And so, when it tells me like, we think that you are bad socially, I can look at that and say, naturally I am, but I've worked on it.
Yeah, I think these quizzes can be fun more than anything. I think they're fun. I think they're more fun. I think maybe you can use them. I mean, corporations and teams will use them to I don't even know how much stock I put in that either. But
I don't either. But
I think when you start to take it a little too seriously or anything, I don't know. I'm just a little hesitant around them. I'm just like, I don't.
But I think what you just said, it's fun.
It is fun to take it and to know what the letters mean and to ask other people. And it's,
It's like, who else?
And you can kind of see that a little bit. Like, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, well.
More so than the stupid astrology.
Yeah, the astrology
stuff.
thing is
like, that makes sense. You're a asparagus.
But it's fun because I'm like, well, who else is an architect? Gandalf. Like, Gandalf was in the list of people that's an architect.
Yeah, it is fun to look at that list.
That's fun. But then everybody else on the list was like a psychopath.
Yeah. They're usually, INTJs are not exactly most people don't like them.
No, that was the thing. Most people don't like them.
You either really like them or you really hate them.
Yeah. And that's just, you know what? Haters gonna hate.
Okay, we're not bringing that.
I shake it off. Anyway, we're gonna pause.
I'm thoroughly
Eric's gonna take a quiz, and we're going to come back and discuss his results.
Oh, boy. Okay, Here we go.
All right, and we're back. Here it is. The revelation. You are a?
INTJ-A. Yeah. I don't know what the A means.
It means assertive.
Okay.
Right? You could be A or T, assertive or turbulent. So you got the same personality as I do.
Oh, no. No.
The architect?
I will say I've gotten this one every time.
Yeah?
Every time I've ever taken this has been the same one.
I believe that. No, I get different ones. So yesterday I was just feeling like you.
Ooh, it gives you percentages. You should pull up your percentages. I'm interested in this.
Okay, I'm coming.
Because I wonder if there's a degree of wiggle room here between ours. I would assume there would be.
I assume there would be. View profile.
Who's got strengths and weaknesses?
Yep. Okay, what are your percentages?
Okay. So, just for the listeners, there's 5 percentages here. There's the introverted and extroverted scale, the intuitive and observant scale, which I think is more like just doing it on the go or
You think about it.
Thinking about it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
There's thinking and feeling.
Yep.
There's judging and prospecting, which I'm not completely sure what that means. And then there's assertive or turbulent. And what's funny is the assertive or turbulent, I'm only 51% assertive. I'm like pretty much right in the middle. Yeah.
That's great. I am 67% assertive.
I'm
very this is kind of a part of the INTJ, very confident in our own abilities sometimes. And not looking like for me.
I'm not that way.
But the reason I'm farther along in that scale is that for some of them, they don't like to consult other people for their decisions. Like they're very confident just making a decision on their own. I'm that way.
Yeah.
I'm
that way, but then I have a tendency to second guess it.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean I'm still going to go ask somebody else. I'm just going to second guess it to myself. Okay, so on the introverted, I'm a 91% introvert.
I'm 72.
So I don't want to talk to somebody unless I have to, unless it's a certain few people.
Yep. Okay, I believe it. Yep.
I mean, you're one of those people. Like,
thank you.
You're in the small group of people that I don't mind coming over on a Saturday pretty much every week. I actually enjoy that.
Appreciate that. Yep.
I don't dread you coming over. I hope that's evident.
It is evident. And same, I don't dread coming over there.
There's very few other people other than my wife that I would be fine with that being a consistent thing.
Yeah.
Because then it's a drain.
Yep.
So there's that for sure. And then I'm 81% intuitive.
I'm 89.
Interesting. So what does that mean? That you will take less time to make a decision? You need less data to make a decision?
I'm not sure. Let's see. I don't know. What does it say?
It doesn't. Oh, wait. Okay, so when I go to intuitive, it says you're very likely you're likely very imaginative and open-minded, focusing on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. Okay, so maybe dealing more in the abstract than just straight up data.
And I love the abstract.
Good,
it's
cool.
Fun.
So then, they're all labeled. So the first one, the introverted extroverted, is the energy category. Intuitive observant is the mind category.
Cool.
And then we're going to go to the nature category. And that's thinking versus feeling. I'm 88% thinking.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, you're more than me, 71.
Yeah. I wish I was a little more feeling, especially with pastoral work.
Sure.
I think I wish I was a little more empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all, though. I'm just not. Which is an area to grow in, for sure.
And that's what I mean. That's a big area for me.
Now, here's what that's funny, is the tactics one. It's judging versus prospecting.
Okay, well, what is that?
This says, I'm going to say I'm 93% judging.
Wow, I am 54%.
Wow. Oof.
So what is it?
It says you're likely organized, decisive, and thorough.
Yep.
Valuing structure and planning over spontaneity.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Like I have a daily planner, checklist, calendar.
I am less that.
Yes. One of the questions was like there was a few that I think impacted this. It was like you allow yourself to you allow the day to develop without a to-do list? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's gotta have a to-do list. A list, a schedule. I can't there's no way.
I can. Yeah, I can go without it.
Yeah, there's no shot. Even this morning when you came over, I was like, okay, what's our plan? How do we want to do this?
And I do love the plan. Like, I want to know what we're going to do. I want to know in what order we're going to do it. But once I have that,
no.
It's kind of like, okay, now what?
I'm like, I even have to plan my fun.
Yeah, that's another level.
Like, if I'm going to go on a trip or something, it's got to be planned.
If I'm on a
times,
trip,
places.
I don't want to plan. I want to know what's going to happen. Like, if there are things that must happen, we're putting them on the calendar. They will happen. But the in-between?
No.
Who gives a
I don't... No, but that's not saying I can't plan out the relaxation. I could say, okay, for these couple hours, I'm going to bum around.
Sure.
But when those hours are done, then it's time to go on to the next thing.
Okay, yeah.
I don't feel out the day. It's got to be scheduled.
Okay.
Which can be a problem.
Yeah, but I respect it.
That's just how I work, though.
I
I
like
can't
that.
do the whole.
I prefer that too. Just like, we're gonna wake up whenever and we're gonna do whatever. It's like, no. Let's decide what our first thing is, so that we can get there.
Yeah.
And then I'll decide how I'm gonna get there.
So next is the identity one, which is assertive versus turbulent. We talked about this a little bit.
Yep.
I'm right in the middle.
Yep.
And this says, like, if you're assertive, you're likely self-assured, even-tempered, resistant to stress,
Yep.
refusing to worry too much.
Yep.
I don't think I worry too much, but I think I can get stressed.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm less so. I'm very, like, if I make a decision, generally, I will stick to that decision. Like, this is the way I made it. I did it for a reason. I'm sticking to it until I get... Now, granted, I love talking about decisions. I love talking through things. Like, hey, I did this. What did I do wrong?
Sure.
I love after-action review. But in the moment, if someone's like, we need a... Which do you want? The red or the green one? Green. Do you want... Nope. I said green. All right. But what about... Nope. Green. Mm-hmm. I said green. Go with green.
Yeah.
And so...
I don't know. I'm open. I'm a little more open, I think, on that. Okay, so then it goes like strengths, weaknesses, individual traits, all that stuff. Basically, the gist of mine is that I hate working on a team and I prefer lone wolf everything.
Absolutely. Yep.
Definitely, like, as far as when... Now, this is interesting, and I like this. This is like my learning style is very like self-directed.
Yep.
I don't like. I hate classrooms. I hate them. I absolutely despise classrooms because, and I always have ever since I was a little kid. Because I'm like, I want to work at my own pace. This whole like work and stop and wait for everybody to catch up thing.
No. I'm smarter than them. So
my word!
I want to keep going.
Okay, well, yes, but that's not what I said. But okay, but like, open to new ideas. You're more open to some ideas than I am.
Yeah.
Theologically.
Good people disagree. So
good people do disagree.
I wonder why they disagree.
I disagree with that premise, though.
You think that?
So.
Really funny.
I do. It does say I tend to neglect pausing and stopping to like regroup. Just keep going.
Yep.
I don't know with that though. I don't know that one perfectly fits. Because I think maybe in the last couple of years I've done better at this, of making myself Sabbath some.
Yeah.
I'm not super great at it.
No, you've gotten better at it, I think.
I've tried. I'm awful at relationships.
Yeah, relationships are hard. Because
I just have like 5 people that I'm like really close with. And then I don't want to talk to anybody else. You know?
I will say this, all right? I think personally it's better to have like 5 really good friends rather than 100 just shallow things. I really think the iron sharpens iron thing, the brotherhood, is very important.
It happens in that 5 people.
It happens in those 5 people.
I think there's value to being able to make slightly less close relationships.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. And I have some of those. I just don't.
Well, okay, but you talked about how when you were at school, you couldn't walk 20 feet without saying hi to somebody that you knew. Like...
Yeah, it was a very shallow hi.
Very.
You know?
But at the same time, I think it is good, especially, pastors, to be able to make the relationship in such a way as like, okay, I recognize that face, that face, that face. I can put a name to that face. It doesn't mean that I have to be like going out to lunch with all these people.
Sure.
But
okay, so let me ask you, when you're in a public setting.
Yep.
And I think I know the answer to the question. You don't struggle as much with talking to random people.
I don't like to.
Or is it something you have to force yourself to do?
I force myself.
Gotcha.
It's a discipline.
Because it's very much a force myself. Like when I told you I talked to this random dude in the airport the other day.
Yeah.
Or yesterday. No kidding. We were waiting on... So here's the story, right? I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I'll tell the first part.
Yeah.
Is that I was waiting for Burger King, right?
Yeah.
Because my flight was in 40 minutes. So I wanted something quick just so I can get over to the boarding area and whatever. Well, it turns out Burger King's not quick, in the airport at least, and it took forever. And so I'm standing there next to this dude, and I notice his watch. It's a really pretty Rolex. It's green.
Sick.
And I did this twice. I was like, if this next order is not his, I'll compliment him on his watch and talk to him for a second. Came out, it wasn't his. I was like, I'll do the next one. And it ended up not being the next one. So then I made the comment, like, hey, you got a really nice watch. What do you do? And he told me about his job and where he's living and all that. And so it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it made me nervous. And it shouldn't. It's a person I will never see again.
Yeah, sure.
And so...
No, I mean...
But for me, yeah, it's just those public interactions. I really like them, but I'm really bad at them.
Well, so for me, it's more of a rebellion against the status quo, which is what I'd like to do is put my earbuds in and not see another human being when I'm out and about. I don't want to talk to anybody. I like the cash registers that don't have people. Like, I like that.
Really? I don't like them.
But I understand that our society is declining because of the lack of human interaction.
Yeah.
And I hate that. And
we have a world built for INTJs.
Okay, we are. We're building us. And I don't want that.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I want people to relate to each other. I want to emote with people. I want to look them in the eye. It's really hard for me to look people in the eye. Like, really, really hard. When I talk to people, I very often will just, like, look off into space. And it helps me think. But it's not helpful with me relating with people. And so... I'm not ignoring somebody if I'm not looking them in the eye, but they think I am, so it hurts. So I reject what our society is doing to us, and that's what makes me want to talk to people. And it's like, wow, that's such a cold and horrible reason.
I had an interesting observation in the airport. I was sitting there it was right after I got my Burger King, and I was sitting there waiting for the flight. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about before how, and I don't know if you've actually done this or not, but I bricked my phone, so I can't really do much on it. It's not a source of entertainment for me.
Yeah.
And so I find myself sitting in the airport not using my phone. I'm just sitting there.
Yeah.
Looking around, just looking at people, watching people, which for me is fascinating and fun.
Yep.
I like learning about people that way.
Humans are fascinating.
But I looked around, and there was, out of probably 30 people sitting there waiting for the plane. It was a smaller plane. I think there was only one other individual there not looking at his phone. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I don't know. I was born after the 90s, right? So I don't know what life was like really before all that.
Yeah.
I like to think, though, that if there were 30 people back then, maybe you got a few reading books, but I would think there would be people, talking to each other, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like where public spaces would be public interactive spaces. But public spaces now are not public interactive spaces.
Nope, not at all.
It almost feels like you're intruding on someone else if you just talk to them.
Very much so.
Unless you're standing in a Burger King line doing absolutely nothing.
Well, even then sometimes.
Even then it's like does this,
why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm busy getting my food. I'm busy scrolling Instagram while I look at food.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And so, to their point, like, me being an introvert, I'm conscious of not bothering people. Because I have moments, especially, where I do not want to be bothered.
Oh, people bother me in that moment. It's like, why are you
this is the
me?
end of the world for me. And first off, I'm working on that. Working on being botherable. But and I think especially going into ministry, we need to be botherable. But
it depends. I mean, there's times where it's warranted to not want to be bothered.
I
deep
agree.
Work and all that.
Yep, I would agree. But at the same time, so I don't want to bother people when they're in that mode. But sometimes, yesterday, guy was walking. He works near my office, so he's not in my department.
Sure.
And I've seen him out in the field with his kid, and just one of the soccer fields, kicking a soccer ball, playing with his kid. And I've seen him multiple times. His son's probably 3 or 4, and he's just out there playing with his kid. It's the middle of the day, which means that he's technically at work.
Yep.
But I think he's taking a longer lunch break so that he can play with his son. And I've just thought, that is awesome. I love that. Dads aren't doing that nowadays. And it's a mistake that we're not playing with our sons. Now, you and I, we don't have sons.
Right.
But, like, I see so many families just on their phones at dinner. But I see this guy playing with his kid.
Yeah.
And so I got in the elevator with him, and I debated for a solid, like, 30 seconds as we silently rode up the elevator together. As we got off the elevator, I said, hey, I've seen you out with your kid, and I want to be you when I grow up. It's awesome. And, he laughed, and clearly he didn't quite know what to do with my comment. But I just kind of sat there and thought, I'm gonna mention this to this guy just because I think it's cool, and maybe he'd take a little bit of encouragement, because I'm sure that his life is hard. I'm sure he's got heavy things he's carrying, and I don't know.
I think it's becoming increasingly more important to make those comments because of this. There's almost this like social understanding or social contract that we don't break each other's bubble of interaction. How dare I talk to you lest I interrupt your scrolling? And so it's like,
and I reject that. I don't think that's a good thing.
But because those interactions are becoming more rare, I think it's all the more important that you make them.
Yes.
Because it might stick with that person. Now, the guy I made the comment to on the Rolex probably doesn't care at all. Because, to be honest, I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt, ordering Burger King, and looked like someone of no import, which is true. Well, and so why would he care what I think about his Rolex?
Sure, yeah.
He's got all the money he needs, whatever. But someone else, maybe not. You know? It's like, I that's one thing I've been trying to work on a little bit, is trying to find just a minor detail that I can compliment somebody on.
Absolutely.
As I talk to them, or as an intro to talking to them, something like that.
And admittedly, that is not natural for me at all.
No, it's very hard. Yeah. Very, very difficult.
Mostly don't observe the small things. I'm mission focused. I could blame this on this personality. I'm mission focused. I am chugging along. And I don't like when people, but here's the thing. When somebody stops me and says, hey, your outfit looks good today. You matched this. And like, I did take the time to actually, like I've tried to do that recently. Yeah, and they say like, oh yeah, no, you actually did a good job on this thing that you tried to do. That means a lot to me. And that sticks with me.
Even though we as INTJs would like to say to other people that doesn't mean a lot. That we're self-assured.
But it does. For some weird reason, it does. And I recognize that small bit of me that it
it's
matters.
Almost like we're built to need other people.
Oh.
Makes you think, huh?
Good night, maybe.
Whoa.
I don't know, dog. But truly, God built us different, and that's beautiful. That is a good thing. And so, if that helps me, how much more would it help somebody that actually thinks about that more?
Yeah.
Is for me to, and it doesn't have to be big. It just doesn't. Your hair looks good today.
Sure.
I like your haircut. Whatever. And so it's a weakness that I have. But if I play against that weakness, I really think it can bless a deep relationship, or it can bless a relationship that's not even a thing.
Right.
So.
Well, and there's something kind of along a different track. There's a few of those questions. A lot of those questions had to do with how you interpret / view stories in general.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that as you were taking the test, or the quiz, or whatever you want to call it. One of the ones was like, you appreciate and enjoy conversations that deal with interpretations of art or stories and stuff.
I put that as highly agree.
I've had to grow in that. Because I think in my life I've tended, and you know this in my approach to video games.
Yes, I do.
I don't play video games for the lore or story or whatever. Yes, I'm there for the fun and
it's infuriating. It is.
But I don't care about the stories in some things. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me at all.
And yet, you and I had a debate today on Project Hail Mary and our different interpretations of that story.
But it does, but that's what I was going. It's like, it does matter to me in the things that I want stories in. I don't care about stories in games, but I do deeply care about stories in books and movies.
Yeah.
Well, because I think primarily, it's because I think we are built as people to operate from stories.
Yes.
And that's why I enjoy them so much, I think. But that's, again, I think something I've had to work on.
Yeah.
I think in the past I would have had a almost pragmatic approach, like skip the story, just give me the point, type of thing.
No, this is the beauty of it, man.
Yeah.
Tolkien.
But I have struggled to see beauty in things, I think.
And
as a pragmatist.
And that's cool. That's acquired. I don't understand art or poetry. But you know what? I have worked towards just a little bit of art and working on poems and writing poems. It helps me.
Yeah.
It helps me engage the creative side of me. I love writing stories. I love telling stories. I love hearing stories. And I love J.R. Tolkien because Tolkien looked at the art of stories and he says, listen, God created a story.
Yep.
And he says it is one of the greatest ways we can imitate God by writing stories. He called it sub-creation because he created a world. And what did God do? God created a world. And in Tolkien's mind, like, he was trying to be like his creator. We were made in the image of our God. And so it's interesting, and it's, some people would disregard it and whatever, but verily and truly, God made us creative people. And so in whatever way that creativity shows, in some people, it's going to look this way or that way. In whatever way God has made you to add to the world, do it.
That creativity is part of that image of God.
Yeah.
Build. But and here's an interesting thing, and I this kind of calls back to a conversation we had back in Valentine's Day when you brought up the what is love question that I hated.
That audio was terrible.
It was pretty rough.
Don't go
Sorry
listen to
for
it.
that. Yeah, maybe just read the transcript.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
But the one of the points you made, you were talking about love languages and stuff like that, and one of the points you made was talking about the gospel and saying that the message is the same to everyone. Like the same message, same truth to everyone.
Yep.
That is the only story that matters.
Yep.
But that within, and I still don't know exactly what I think about this, but it is interesting. The thought that in a way God uses love languages to relate the story of the gospel differently to different people.
Yeah.
In how we understand it, how we interact with it.
Yes.
Okay. Now, again, I don't 100% there, but is interesting. At least it's worth thinking about. But I think I'm leaning towards agreeing with that idea.
Yes.
And this is full transparency, completely ripped from another podcast I listened to somewhat recently.
Nice.
About it was about the movie Project Hail Mary, which I've told you to listen to, but you haven't quite yet. But you will get to it.
I haven't gotten to it yet.
In the movie, one of the actors asks another one if she believes in God.
Right.
And she says, yes, essentially because it beats the alternatives.
Yeah.
I resonate with that some.
Yep.
Because
Pascal's wager.
It's Pascal's wager, and it
that's so good.
It leans towards a more logical relation to faith.
Yes.
Obviously, faith isn't completely logical. I understand that. But it's how I interact and how I think, express my faith.
Yep. Same. Yep.
But I think there's this pressure in American evangelicalism. Let's go that way.
Sure.
There's this pressure towards emotionalism.
Yep.
And this feelings thing.
Yes.
And that's good. Some people do relate to faith that way. But there's almost this pressure, like, if you don't raise your hands when you're singing, you're not...
Yeah.
It's almost like is this
uptight.
I think this is a Stooge take, okay?
Okay.
A Scrooge take.
Oh, here we go, guys. Here it goes.
I don't like a lot of Christian contemporary music because of that.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the super... Oh, I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like they're singing like really breathy and like super emotional. I just don't. I'd rather the lyrics be like hyper, just like full of theological truth. That's how I relate to them. Like, that's what inspires awe to me. But I think you see that within the Bible too. You see Psalm 19 talking about the glory of the heavens.
Yep.
But then you see Psalm 23 being led in the pastures. I think Psalm 23 is this more emotional.
Yep.
emotional thing, whereas Psalm 19 is not that way.
Nope.
Or maybe you can even talk about Psalm 119, or you could talk about, there's. I think for me, I read Psalm 22 and I think about the crucifixion and those ties and those links.
Yeah.
That to me is like wow.
Yeah.
Whereas someone else might read Psalm 23 and that's what resonates more.
Yes.
Because it's a more emotional, heartful thing.
Okay.
And so how I relate to faith, I don't even know if that's the right way to say it. How I express my faith, how I relate to the story of the gospel is a more logical, almost pragmatic. Mm-hmm. I don't like the emotionalism. I can't stand it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong. I understand that that's how some people experience faith.
Okay.
I despise it.
Okay. Listen. Okay. We were going to go into more of the personality, but this is derailed and gone into philosophy, and I love it.
Oh, we do that every time.
We do it every single time. No, it's so good. Okay, listen.
I'm apologizing to the Peanut Gallery. I know you love it.
I'm not sorry at all. Peanut Gallery, it's your bad for listening to this podcast.
No, that's fair. I guess if you're still here.
Yep. So listen. The problem is, in my opinion, modern evangelicalism, Baptist, whatever you want to call us, the feelers and the thinkers have split into their own churches. And you have churches that are purely based on feeling. And you have churches purely based on doctrine and logic. And these two people hate each other. And I am viscerally offended by that.
Okay,
because
go on.
You have in Jesus' disciples, you have Matthew, the tax collector. You have Simon the Zealot, the freedom fighter. Mm-hmm. You have Peter, the impulsive one. You have Andrew, the guy that brings people to Jesus, literally drags them to Jesus. You have Nathaniel, who's sitting under the tree, and Jesus explains to him, what he was thinking. He's like, I'm in. All right. Every single one of these men was different.
Yeah.
And is that not the beauty of Christianity? Is that not where Jesus said, wow, this is my team? So, I hate that our churches are split between feelers and thinkers. I think we should have deep songs, and I think we should have the feeling songs. I think some people in the congregation should be raising their hands, and I think other people in the congregation shouldn't be. I think they should be in the same room, in the same class, same exact church.
Yeah.
And so this means that both sides are going to be uncomfortable in scenarios, because you're going to have you and I sitting in front of a class explaining theology, and you've got the feeler in front of the worship, in front leading worship. And it's like, how do these two people get along? How? Because according to this personality test, we should not be getting along at all. And yet, we both look at Jesus. We see him differently. You feel his redemptive power. I see it. And we both come to the same conclusion. Mm-hmm. This guy loves me, and I love him. And he told me to love this person beside me that sometimes drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And that is the beauty of Christianity. That is the beauty that should be Christianity.
Should be.
Is that we can disagree and yet completely live together in harmony. Mm-hmm. So harmony, my dad said this yesterday. He says, harmony presupposes that there is a melody. And so if you are singing with somebody and you are singing a different part, that means you are different. But it sounds so much better together.
I thought you were going to say, he said harmony presupposes differences, which...
Well, it does. Yeah. That's the thing. Melody and harmony are not the same.
Right.
But they complement and make each other better. Mm-hmm. So, we were going to go into the weaknesses of our personality.
Time. It's only 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Give us 15.
Well,
if they want to stop listening, they can.
I suppose
it's our podcast. We make the choices.
I feel like that was a good spot to end it, though.
No, I want to learn how you're weak.
Fine. I'm arrogant. I'm dismissive of emotions. I'm overly critical. I'm combative, and I'm socially clueless.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
When you look at mine, I think that's it lists a lot of weaknesses. I don't like this.
Yeah. You sure you want to talk about
I
this?
think it lists like 20 weaknesses.
Yeah.
Wait, which category was that you saw that in?
Oh, I'm just looking at the general personality type. And so you're looking at your specific test.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yes. So
unfortunate.
Yes, but anyway.
No, what's interesting about this also is you can see percentages.
Yes. The specifics give you percentages. The general gives you more stuff. Again.
No, not like that, but like the breakdown. How many people are which ones?
Oh, yeah.
Where is that? I know I've seen that. Anyways.
So here's some famous architects that you may know. Yeah,
let's preface this with like almost all of these are villains.
Very much so. Friedrich Nietzsche, the man who is famous for saying God is dead.
No, I don't. Okay.
He was wrong. Yes. But here we are. Michelle Obama, Elon Musk, Christopher Nolan. And you're like, wow, Elon Musk and Christopher Nolan. Those are cool guys. Yeah, but they're kind of psychopaths.
A little bit.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, that we relate with him a lot.
Clearly. In physical.
Yep. Colin Powell. So he's a general, super cool guy. And here we go. Walter White from Breaking Bad.
I'll take that.
Littlefinger and Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Don't know either one of them.
Never seen it, but I know both of those guys are despicable. Gandalf the Grey. So love that guy. He's holding
the pipe.
Professor Moriarty. Yeah,
love it.
Solid.
I prefer to be him over Sherlock.
Really?
I'll take that.
Okay. All right.
He's more fun.
Now kind of a psychopath, but yeah.
But I think that denotes fun.
All right. So maybe. Okay. Katniss Everdeen. Hate her. Such a awful
This basically says, and this is cool. It says that INTJs view life as a game of chess, which I enjoy.
I completely agree.
That's fun.
Yep. It's a very heartless way to look at it.
Yes.
But I completely agree. I have had that thought before. So, yeah, I mean...
I love the socially clueless thing.
Socially clueless is
awesome.
So good, yeah. That's a
very
learning
funny.
curve. Very much a learning curve.
Oh, man, I wish I could find the percentage thing, because that was cool. I think it's something like only 2% of people.
Yeah, it's a very rare thing.
Not a whole lot of people are, so we're special in a lot of ways.
You know that's right. You know that's right. Our mothers could confirm that.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's easy for me to look at life through an Excel spreadsheet.
I literally look at life through
literally
Excel. That's my job.
Yep. But no, I try and dismiss emotions when I make decisions, which honestly I'm discovering more and more is a whole other factor. And so now I'm trying to quantify emotions and put those on the Excel spreadsheet, which also doesn't work. So,
nah, I'm sure you can find a way. There's got to be a formula for it.
You're right. So, just horrible.
Well, I mean, if the Peanut Gallery wants to take the same thing and drop it in the YouTube comments, that'd be kind of fun. This podcast is on YouTube. And as far as I know, that is pretty much the only place for us to see your comments.
I thought you could comment on Spotify.
Okay, maybe you can. I have not seen it, though.
I don't know. No idea. We really do need to go look at the actual comments.
Again, they're calling out to us, but we've ignored the voices.
That's our bad.
So, yeah, Peanut Gallery, go for it. And we'll just, as INTJs, tell you how we're better than you.
Wow. That's horrible. Yeah. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I know. I said it with a smile. I don't know if it came through in the audio.
No, he didn't say it with a smile. He was, purely serious.
Yep, I believed it.
I think we're too naturally joyful to be pure.
That's true. So can we even really be INTJs if we're this naturally joyful?
I don't know, but I'm sure that there's another personality called just joyful. And so, because I think that those are words that can describe us. Joyful, jovial. Jovial's
good. Jovial's really good.
I have coined the new term Jove. And so,
I don't think that's...
I'm full of Jove. Is what it is.
I don't know if it rings true. It
doesn't matter. It doesn't sound
like
I like
good.
it.
Doesn't sound like good.
Just try it.
Full of Jove?
Full of Jove.
No.
All right, use Jove instead of joy and happiness or
vibe. But when you say full of Jove, you're just cutting the stem off the Y. It's a lazy approach.
It could be, but you know what? I'm joving right now.
I don't like it.
Yep.
I'm upset about it a little bit.
Well, you know what? Why don't you demonstrate some natural Jove and, be nice and smart.
Oh, man.
Well,
anyways, this was fun. Thank you for bringing the test to my attention again. It's been a long time.
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed it and talking over the results.
Yep.
Even though I don't know if we're going to be the most popular people with this personality type.
Well, I can tell you what, we will not be the most popular
We will
people.
not. Which is, it's okay.
That's right. It's lonely up at the top.
Okay, before we dig ourselves even deeper, I guess we'll do this again soon.
All right. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.